Hello, and welcome to BC Calculus Semester 1. My name is Mr. Shanklin, and I will be your teacher for this semester. When you click on BC Calculus and log in, you should always be taken to the announcement page. And here's the announcements for this week. Week number 1 announcements. This is welcome to BC Calculus. My name is Mr. Shanklin. I'll be your teacher for this year. And you can read the rest of it, but it kind of explains what you're supposed to do for the week. And each week there will be a new announcement in saying exactly what you should be doing. If you go down a little bit, this week I'd like you to do this BC Calculus questionnaire. So if you just click on this link, it will take you right to the questionnaire, and if you can just send it to me, that would be great. And then each week below the announcements, you'll see the expectations for week number 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, and it will tell you exactly what I expect you to learn and know by the time you are finished with that week. Okay, so that's the announcement page. Now, to get started, I would suggest that you go to the Getting Started button, click on it, and you will see the Getting Started, all of the buttons, what they're for, but the most important thing that will be in there is the video that I am creating right now. And if you click on that button, you will see exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm going to go through all of the buttons. So the next button down is called the Pace Chart button. Click on the Pace Chart and it will tell you exactly what is due for each week. Now if you take a look at this, this is BC Calculus, and 60% of BC Calc is the exact same thing as AB Calculus all over again. So we will be doing 2 sections a week for the first semester. And we're going to start right off with, if you take a look at week number 1, we're going to do section 2.1, rate of change and limits. Section 2.2, limits involving infinity. There is an assessment after every lesson plan. So every section you do, there will be an assessment. And at the end of the chapter, there is a chapter final assessment. And we'll talk about how to take the assessments in just a bit. But that's how the course is set up. So almost every week, there's 2 lessons to learn. But since most of you have taken AB Calculus before, it should be really easy. Okay, the next thing is the Live E-sessions. Now, I do not have the Live E-session schedule set yet because one of the things in my questionnaire is I'm asking you guys, when would you like the Live E-sessions and the help sessions? I am open to mornings, afternoons, evenings. It does not matter. It can be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Doesn't matter. The more kids that answer that questionnaire and say, okay, I'd like it Monday evening, or I want it Tuesday morning, then I will schedule the e-sessions. Now this week I'd like to have one, the first week of school, I'd like to have one at 12 o'clock on Wednesday. So if you don't have anything going on at noon on Wednesday, please come to the live e-session. Just click on this button and there will be a link there for you. The recorded e-sessions button, if you can't make it to the live e-sessions, you just hit the recorded e-session and it will show you exactly what we've went through. The announcements, we already went through the announcement. It was the first page. Course information. If you click on the course information, it's going to give you the syllabus, the grading policy, and all that kind of stuff. Staff information, if you click on here, you're going to see a little bit about myself. You'll find my email address, my phone number, ways that you can contact me. Okay. Then the lessons. This is the most important one. When you click on the lesson button, you're going to find what is, how I set up the course. Okay. So if you take a look at chapter 2 and click on chapter 2, because that's where we're starting, the first thing you're going to see is section 2.1, rates of change and limits. That's what you need to work on this week. What you'll learn: average and instantaneous speed, definition of a limit, properties of limits, one-sided and two-sided limits, the sandwich theorem. Okay, now, how do you learn the material? Well, there's many ways to learn the material. First way is the lesson tutorial. This is not me, okay, but this is a great lesson tutorial. If you click on it, this gentleman, and it might take a little bit to connect because I've got a lot of things running right now on my computer, but this gentleman is very, very good. He goes through every single thing that you need for that section. And he also goes through examples. So it's a great place to begin the week. Okay, and I think it's going to take too long, so we're not going to do that. But just click on this. You can see it's 13 minutes and 58 seconds long. So he does go through everything. Okay, next thing. We have an online textbook. So if you wanted to read this section, page 59 to 65, so you would just click on your online textbook, and it will take you right to the textbook. It won't take you right to page 59 through 65. It'll take you to chapter 2, I believe, and then you would let's just click on it and see where it takes us. Okay, so if I click on it, it takes me, I believe, to chapter 2. So then I would find the page that we're working on, 2.1, rates of change and limits. So we can read the information. If we did not understand the video, all of it's here. And there's some really good examples that I would suggest looking at. There's good notes in here. Okay, so all of that stuff is there for you to look at. Okay, then we go down. YouTube videos. Holy moly, look at all of them. Using limits and average velocity to find instantaneous velocity. Definition of a limit. Oh, that's pretty cool. Properties of a limit. One-sided and two. Well, let's take a look at this one. So we just click on it, and this YouTube video will talk about...
Hi, let's take another function, kind of like...
Just go along.
That in the last video,
And every one of these talks about material that we would be learning in this section. Look here, using the sandwich theorem. So if you did not understand the sandwich theorem through the YouTube or the video tutorial, or you read the textbook, you still didn't understand, well, here's another place to get it. And you just click on there.
In this example, we want to figure out the limit of a function.
So there's many, many places to get the information. There's some worked out examples here, if you need that. And then, the only way to become a good math student is to do practice. So I have down here, section 2.1, I'd like you to complete the problems 1 through 4, 7 through 27 odd, 31 to 44. This is your assignment. Yes, you need to do the work. The only way to get good at math. So you click on there, it'll take you, I think it takes you to chapter 2 again, and then all you do is you just scroll down to the homework assignment. And I'm going to tell you the answers are there. Okay? All of them are there. But if you just take a look at the answers, it's not going to help you. You need to do the problem to see. And then, if you don't understand a problem, copy it down, bring it to the help session. We can go through it. I'm here to help. But if you don't do the problems, and the best ones, I think, are right here. Every assignment has the standardized test questions. So these would be the type of questions that you would see on the AP test. Okay, so you definitely make sure you do those. Then, if you're still having problem, holy cow, look at that. More videos. These are the videos from a site that's called the Educational Portal. They're great, let me tell you. And the nice thing about them is they have notes and a quiz that go along. So let's just take a look at this one. If you click on it, you've got the video that you could work on. Okay. After the video, there is a quiz.
So limits describe what happens as you approach some number. But how do we write this mathematically?
Okay. Better go back.
Well, let's go back to a road trip of mine.
Okay.
And I'm going to plot
here. I don't think I'm going to
my speed as a function of...
Okay. Then when you think you're done, go to the quiz. There's 5 questions here. And if you go through the quiz, you know, it's like, okay, it says choose your answer and click check answer. After checking your answer, you may either click next and continue to the next question or change your answer and check it again. What is z? Okay, it says z is equal to the limit as x approaches 0 of fx. Okay, so the limit as x approaches 0. Well, here's x approaches 0, and if I come from the left-hand side, it looks like I'm going to 1. If I come from the right-hand side, it looks like I'm approaching 1. So I'm going to say, wow, They're, oh, there it is. I'm just looking at these two. I'm going to say 1 for my answer. Check my answer. Oh, I am correct. I'm doing a dance right now because I'm right. Then I'd go on to the next one. And if you get all 5 of them correct, good job. And then you can go on to the next one. Okay, so you've got all these videos that you can help. Now, some kids would say, well, Mr. Shanklin, this guy's pretty boring. I like these better down here. Go for it. It really doesn't matter how you do the course. The thing that matters is that you understand the material when you're done. Okay, so now you're done. You did all the material. You think, okay, I'm ready for the assessment. Okay, so what you do is you go to, oops, you guys it's a little different for you guys than it is for me. Over to the left-hand side, you'll see a lot of different things. My notes, I used to teach in the face-to-face school, and I used to teach calculus, so I had all these notes. So if you click on my notes here, what is a limit? I kind of tried to write my notes out as a student, a little bit student-friendly. So what is a limit? A limit is the intended height of a function at a given value of x, whether or not the function actually reaches that height at the given x value. Remember that a limit is the height a function intends to reach. So here are my notes. There's notes on what is a limit, major methods, properties of limits, average speed. Then below that, you'll see that I put in AP review questions. So if you click on that, oops, I click on this AP. Well, those are types of problems that you would see on an AP test. Click on this one. More problems. These are taken right off an AP test. It says, for which of the following does X approach 4 exist? Interesting problem. Okay, so that's one of those things where, you know, I think they're excellent problems, and it's getting you ready for the AP test. Okay, then down, 2.1 assessment. Click on it. I think I've got it. Okay, so I'm going to click to launch, and here's my assessment. It's only 4 questions. Only 4 questions for each assessment. And there it is. Answer question number 1, which I think is minimal. To score a 1 on this assessment, you should be able to do the minimal questions. Then the basic questions, says find the limit of each, a little bit tougher. The proficient questions, a little bit tougher. And the advanced question, a little bit harder. So that's how the course is set up. You do a section, and then you take the assessment that goes along with that section. And then I will grade it and send it back to you. Okay, let's say you don't know how to insert your answers into an assessment. We go to the How To button. I'm hoping I put it in here. Woohoo, it is. Downloads. Look at that. If you go to the download, I have a download for a graphics calculator. So you can just read the directions and download. This is a great calculator. So if you don't have a graphics calculator, please download this. If you need graph paper, which most kids are going to need sometime this year because we're going to be doing a lot of graphing, here's a whole thing of graph paper. And then, how do you submit answers to your assessment? Now, if I asked you to explain something, you would use Vocaroo. And there's a little short video here on Vocaroo, how to insert a voice message. So if you needed to know how to do that, you would just click on there, and it would take you through how to insert a Vocaroo.
Alright, this video is to show you guys how to insert a Vocaroo.
And that's Mrs. Walzak. We were working one day together, and she did the Vocaroo, and I did the other ones. Okay, if you need to know how to, let's say you do your work on a piece of paper, and you want to scan it in and then insert it into your assessment, well, you'd watch this video. And this video would show you
and welcome
how
to inserting answer.
Obviously, that's me.
Supposed to solve that.
And that shows you that. So the getting started video tutorial is excellent. And you know why? Because I made it. Woohoo! And it really takes you through everything about the course. All right? I hope this helped immensely. Now, For people that are in AB Calculus, you're going to get the same video. It's the same thing. Week number 1 is exactly the same, except you don't have a BC Calculus questionnaire. You probably will have an AB Calculus questionnaire. So if you kind of are messed up, that's okay, because AB and BC are going to get the same one. All right, you guys have a great day. Hope to see you at the live sessions.